From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Late Edition News at 10 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Friday, February 19th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. North Schuylkill School District has issued a press release informing parents that their child may have been exposed to a person with pertussis, also known as whooping cough. Pertussis is a highly contagious disease that is spread through the air when an infected person sneezes or coughs. Pertussis begins with cold symptoms and a cough which becomes much worse over 1 to 2 weeks. Symptoms usually include a long series of coughs, coughing fits, followed by a whooping noise. Older children, adults, and infants may not develop the whoop. Symptoms also include vomiting, turning blue, or difficulty catching their breath. The Pennsylvania Department of Health strongly recommends that if your child is coughing, promptly contact your doctor. Explain to the doctor that your child has been exposed to a case of pertussis and needs to be evaluated. If you have any questions about pertussis, please call the Pennsylvania Department of Health at 1-877-PA-HEALTH. The Hazleton Zoning Hearing Board approved a plan to turn the old Altamont Hotel into 62 affordable housing units for seniors. Specifically, the board granted a special exception and several variances. The 62 apartments will be a mix of studio, 1-bedroom, and 2-bedroom units. Rent will range between $590 a month and $610 a month. Eligible tenants will be 62 or older as long as their income does not exceed 60% of the median income in Luzerne County. Sean McDougall, a managing partner with Hazleton Partners, said the apartments will be built on floors 3 throughout their 8, while the same general floor plan will be followed on all floors except the 8th, which is smaller. Construction is expected to start this summer, with marketing starting next spring. McDougall said he plans to secure historical tax credits, low-income tax credits, and a redevelopment assistance capital program grant for supporting the estimated $10 million cost. A man who was at first considered a suspect, though later cleared in the ambush at the State Police Barracks in Blooming Grove, is suing. That ambush resulted in the death of one trooper and seriously injured another. Eric Freen was eventually charged in the case, but Jeffrey Hyduck of Clark Summit was a suspect at first. He says 6 state troopers unlawfully arrested him and accused him of murder. Hyduck's attorney, Bernard Brown, says Hyduck was kept from seeing an attorney and questioned intensely. Hyduck was eventually released after troopers realized he had nothing to do with the ambush. The suit filed in federal court in Scranton says Hyduck had a deal with harassing phone calls, messages, and more because his name and pictures were released. State police have not commented. With Attorney General Kathleen Kane out of the race for the AG seat, many are stepping forward to take her spot, and that includes Joe Peters. Peters was in our WYLN studios Thursday night for a taping of The Storm with Tiffany Cloud. Peters spoke with WYLN News about why he is running.
It's kind of hard to call them a political hack. Yeah, I spent almost 35 years. Organic movement to get me to run, given my background. There's another candidate in the race. He's the endorsed candidate. He's a state senator from the Philadelphia area, and people don't want a career politician who's looking to go from one state paid job to another, particularly without the qualifications to do it. They want a career prosecutor, not that career politician. And I'm a former police officer, a chief of police. I was the state's top drug prosecutor, spent 17 years in the Attorney General's office. So I know it. I grew up in that office, from law clerk to executive deputy AG, and then finally working in 2 White Houses on the drug issue, which is a big issue.
It's kind of hard to call them a political.
To hear more from Peters, catch The Storm here on WYLN TV and can check out his website at joepeters.com. Penn State Thon Weekend is upon us. Thousands of students will fill the Bryce Jordan Center on Penn State's main campus for 46 hours of music and dancing. Students will begin a weekend of staying awake and standing on their feet. Thon begins at 6 o'clock this evening and runs through 4 p.m. on Sunday. Proceeds from this event go towards pediatric cancer. Since 1977, Thon has raised more than $127 million benefiting the 4 diamonds at Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital. Families of cancer patients and survivors will give speeches about the battles that they endure. The event is open to the public and everyone is encouraged to attend. There are also other activities which include a fashion show, variety shows, family hour, and a pep rally. Thon Weekend is due to a year-long preparation and efforts by the students and Thon supporters. To learn more about this event, you can visit thon.org. Many local nonprofit organizations are holding Lenten food sales today as a way to raise money. Wyln stopped by the Citizens Fire Company in Mahanoy City first, where the crew there was hard at work getting food orders out to their customers. We also stopped by the McAdoo Fire Company to see what was there.
Macaroni and cheese, the bushki, some of your homemade favorites that you have at your house that people don't get, through the whole off season.
Sorry about that. We'll hopefully have that in a little bit. Celebrated American writer Harper Lee has passed away. Lee was best known for writing the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel To Kill a Mockingbird. She was born and raised in Monroeville, Alabama, and was the youngest of 4 children. The film adaptation of To Kill a Mockingbird hit the big screen in 1962, starring Gregory Peck. In 1966, President Lyndon Johnson appointed Lee to the National Council on the Arts. And in 2007, President George W. Bush awarded Lee the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the first of several high honors. Lee led a private life and was never married or had any children. Harper Lee was 89 years old. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with all the details on what we can expect this weekend. Joe?
Overall, not looking too bad across our area, and if you have to be traveling next couple of hours, things not looking too bad as we head into the evening hours. Now, we did have a little bit of a couple of snow showers moving through. A lot of this just not even reaching the ground whatsoever. Didn't have to worry about any problems, just a lot of clouds across the entire state of Pennsylvania. And temperature-wise, over the past 24 hours, for the most part, not doing too bad, generally in the 30s. However, you go out toward the west, notice temperatures in the 50s to near 60 degrees. Temperature-wise right now, it's at the freezing point in New Angola, 35 in Berwick, and 35 degrees in Danville. Complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, a look at a successful fundraiser at the Pines Eatery in downtown Hazleton for the Hazleton Police Department. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
So, you're ready for a new mattress. Nice. Are you thinking traditional innerspring hybrid gel or latex memory foam? Is Sealy Posturepedic, Optimum, or at Stearns & Foster the right choice for you? Well, at Grand Central, our mattress professionals make it easy. Right now, get huge savings on Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Get free delivery and pay no interest when paid in full within 48 months. So come in for the best rest of your life. Grand Central. We speak Sealy.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones. A big fundraiser last night in the heart of downtown Hazleton as nearly 200 people packed into the Pines Eatery to raise money for the Hazleton Police Department. WYLN's Gary Perna was there last night and has the story.
Residents packed into the Pines in downtown Hazleton to raise money for the men and women of the Hazleton Police Department.
In big business, you need to look outside the box. So initially we just said, come on, we can do something better. 501c3, establish it, make sure that it's a foundation that's forever existing in our area and that anybody can donate. I know Hazleton is in my blood. It's in the blood of people who live in Cunningham and moved to Ocean City, moved to Florida, and they love Hazleton. That's one thing about Hazleton. When people talk about it, they have that true love always for their hometown.
First group, families, husbands, wives, friends, younger people my age, our age, that's what we need. You are what you breathe, and we need you, and you are the change. And if you want change, you got to come out and support it. The grass is not always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. So now it's time for everybody to get their big water pail.
That's right.
And water everything we got.
Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassat told us he couldn't believe the amount of people that came out to support the police department.
Like I said before, this is why I love Hazleton. You know, everybody comes together for one cause. It's the sense of community, the friends, the family, the neighbors, and that's it's not gone. You know, you believe in Hazleton. There's still hope, for the future. You know, that's what I love. Everybody sticks together. You know, when somebody's in need, they come forward.
Police Chief Jerry Speziale was in awe of the people who are supporting his department.
You know, I've worked in many places and in many capacities over my 35 years in law enforcement. I have never, in those 35 years, witnessed a community come together, so tightly. People that may not know each other, but have one common bond, and it's Hazleton. I mean, it's really remarkable to see this, to be part of it. I'm truly humbled, and I am honored to be part of this. This is really a great community.
Hazleton Police First Lieutenant Ken Zaposki was pleased to see the public out supporting the men and women who put their lives on the line every day.
Quite frankly, the first thing that sticks out to me is the fact that the public is not what you'd expect. There's a lot of places in the United States today where people really don't have a whole lot of affection for the police. Complete opposite here. You can see there's a community behind us. The community supports us. The community's here to help us. And it's great, too, because a fundraiser like this, it gives us the tools then that we need to help keep the community safer. So I'm very thankful for this.
Event organizers here at the We Are Hazleton say all the money raised here tonight goes directly to Hazleton Police Department to make sure that they have what they need to protect the citizens of Hazleton.
Tons of items donated from the Hazleton area businesses as far as tricky trays, hotel stays, a silent auctions going off as far as a bat signed by Cal Ripken Jr. and by Mr. Madden himself, our Hazleton homegrown boy. That was donated by PP&L. So
during the event, a video message was played that was voiced by a police officer's wife about what an officer goes through each and every day.
Yes, what you just heard is every police family's nightmare. It happened right here.
I wanted to have
city.
an opportunity to try to capture the emotions and what it feels like to live with a police officer, be a police officer, and try to have a moment in time that maybe the general public could understand what they deal with each and every day. I think we all know that police officers are busy, they respond to crimes, they see bad things, but without knowing and without living that life, you don't really have that moment, that aha moment that you're able to say, wow, this is horrific things that people see, and they come home and they have families and they have children and they have to try to put that aside and believe in the goodness of the world again.
Leonard said the night was a great way to give back and take action.
It was an amazing opportunity, a group of people who came together so quickly and said, we want to take action. We want to be able to show our men and women of our police department here in Hazleton City how much we care about them and that the community has their back, that they're standing behind them. And, if we're able to raise some money here today that can fund equipment that might take the strain off an overtime budget, or if we can just allow them to have some new equipment that maybe they wouldn't have been able to afford otherwise, that will help make their jobs easier, every moment is worth it.
Organizers are hoping to raise over $8,000 for the police department and are hoping to hold more events to help out the men and women in blue.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Donna Palermo, Secretary of Palermo Heart to Heart. We are now recruiting businesses, nonprofits, and individuals who carry beads of courage to encourage children or teens who have cancer or who are coping with other serious chronic illnesses to participate in the program. Inside each Carry a Bead kit is a matched bead set. Every time you carry a bead, you connect with the child. You keep and collect the other bead as a symbol of your commitment to care. If you or your business would like to participate in Beads of Courage, please visit our website listed on the screen.
Hey kids, I'm home.
Dad, it's cold in here.
Oh, it's not cold in here, it's warm in here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn this down because I gotta save money for tax preparation.
Honest Abe's, your tax partner, giving free advice year-round. 310 South Church Street in Hazleton. Call them at 570-861-8297. Don't stress, pay less.
Hi, I'm Joe Garbacik from Wyln TV. Please join us this year as the Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society presents the 38th annual telethon On the Road to Wellness. The telethon will be held Saturday, February 27th at our new home, the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton. Wyln will be broadcasting live from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Join us for a day filled with great entertainment. The telethon is made possible by these sponsors. Overall, not too bad of a day across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. There was a couple of snow showers and flurries around, a lot of it not even reaching the ground. Got some milder weather as we head out toward the west, and that milder weather is going to start to spread toward the east as we head into this upcoming weekend. Nothing to show you though live, 35 Skycast Doppler statewide. We continue to remain dry from Wilkes-Barre through Scranton, out through Berwick and Bloomsburg, and out through Pittsburgh. Nothing to show you. 27 degrees, our lively high tire conditions outside our television station in Hazleton. Notice those winds coming in averaging anywhere between 10 to as much as 15 miles per hour, and that's going to make it feel a little bit colder than what the actual air temperature indicates. 35 Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, as well as Williamsport and Selinsgrove. 32 degrees in State College, but notice out toward the west, a lot of mild weather. That's going to start to spread in our direction. Pittsburgh now coming in with almost 60 degrees, and as we go into the weekend, we're going to be looking at some very mild weather. Still in the mid to upper 30s up in the Wyoming Valley area. Again, a lot of that you see on radar just was not reaching the ground as it made its way toward the north and east, and really not much going on as we head through the daytime hours. As we go into tomorrow, not looking too bad. In fact, some mild weather in store for our area for both our Saturday and as we go into our Sunday. Take a look at the numbers, and as we go into tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures managing to make it up into the 50s. It's actually going to feel pretty good when you happen to walk outside, and only down into the 30s as we start going into our early Sunday morning. So some mild air arrives as we go into this upcoming weekend. Enjoy it while it lasts. It's going to feel pretty nice for February with temperatures well above where we should be for this time of year, with temperatures a good 10, 20, 25 or so degrees above where we should be for this time of year. Extended forecast looking like this. And what we can expect over the next couple of days, well, we got 40s to 50s as we head into tomorrow. Still fairly mild as we go into our Sunday, turning colder for Monday and Tuesday, and maybe about the middle part of next week, we could be looking at the chance of the possibility of a little bit of some snow. Daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the pick 255, the pick 3447, and a pick 44689. Pick 5 numbers looking like this, 89554, and treasure hunt numbers 6, 8, 14, 18, and 30. Stick around, we'll have a lot more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
The second annual Jump Rope for Heart took place today at Shenandoah Valley Elementary School. Our Julie Stefanovich stopped by and has the story.
Students at Shenandoah Valley Elementary School were jumping to keep their hearts pumping today. Kindergartners through grades 8 rallied to raise awareness against heart disease. They learned about eating healthy, exercising, and how to help out their community. The youngsters raised a record-breaking $6,000 for the American Heart Association.
Beginning of the event, we had a kickoff where our kids were introduced to all the different incentives that were created by a team that work together every year for this event, and it consists of several teachers and administrative personnel. And what we do is we explain this during the kickoff event, and after that our children fundraised on their own and they asked for donations, and what had happened was incredible.
The kids prepared for over a month for the second annual Jump Rope for Heart. They decked the halls and doors, raised money for a very worthy cause, and at the end of today's celebration, the staff and students were recognized for their efforts.
Every $5 that was donated by any individual person or student, their name was put into a jar, and at the end of the day, their name would be pulled for this next book prize. We also had a door contest, decorating door contest, in which we do know the winner of the contest, and her name is Mrs. Shelley Caputo. She teaches 3rd grade, and she is incredibly creative and imaginative and came up with her students this fabulous door.
Classes gathered throughout the day in the gym to jump rope, play games, and do relay races. They learn hands-on about healthy living and helping out.
Put so much time into raising money for our school to donate, and they're just having so much fun, and we have snacks for them afterwards. And you know, the committee that I worked with, you know, they all worked very hard for this to happen for the kids today.
Jump Rope for Heart was a coordinated effort between the student body and faculty.
Yeah, we definitely have at Shenandoah Valley, we have a great group of elementary teachers who work very hard to make sure the kids are learning but also having fun while they're in there. So the committee worked really hard in addition to the teachers to make this event happen today. We raised over $6,000 for the American Heart Association. Our goal was $4,500, so we're way over our goal. And last year we raised almost $4,000, and it was definitely for the kids' hard work.
In Shenandoah, for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Well, many local nonprofit organizations are holding Lenten food sales today as a way to raise money. Wyln stopped by the Citizens Fire Company in Mahanoy City first, where the crew there was hard at work getting food orders out to their customers.
It's a great fundraiser for the fire company. We have to offset the cost of all our equipment and the expenditures throughout the year. It's a great way to get some of that money back. Yeah, we do the Lent food sales every Friday during Lent. We have a wide variety of everything here, everything from fish, macaroni and cheese to halushki, some of your homemade favorites that you have at your house that people don't get, you know, through the whole off season of the wintertime.
We also stopped by the McAdoo Fire Company to see what was cooking there. Fire Chief Robert Leshko spoke to us about what the fire company has to offer.
Started our first Lenten food sale. So far we've had an excellent turnout that we actually had to go and do some more of our potato cakes because we went through so much by 12 o'clock already. The food sales are a big support for now the merged companies, because as everyone is now aware, we have now merged with Tresco and Keystone, so we're all now the McAdoo Fire Company. So these food sales do support a lot now on what we're doing. So we're grateful for the people who've come out and supported us, and we hope everybody will continue to come out. We have another one on March 4th, and then we have another one on March 18th again.
Both fire companies will continue to hold those food sales throughout Lent. Coming up next, Eric DeBaradinas is in with sports here on Wyln. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Wyln is proud to announce a huge technical upgrade to our channels that will bring a better digital picture and expanded coverage area to viewers all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. In addition to Channel 35.1 in Hazleton, you can watch a crystal clear picture in Berwick and Columbia County on Channel 47.1 and in East Stroudsburg on Channel 24.1. And we're proud to announce Pennsylvania's newest TV station, Channel 9.1 in Williamsport, serving Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, and Union counties. Now more than ever, Wyln is your local network.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
We have had a busy week of District 2 playoff basketball, and that continues into next weekend's championship games at Mohegan Sun Arena. Meanwhile, District 11 has been quiet. That changes as we preview what to expect out of the Schuylkill League's representatives.
Boys side, no local teams in Quad A. The favorite in AAA has to be Pottsville, who hasn't lost since the state playoffs last year. The Crimson Tide are efficient on offense and defense and are very capable of wearing teams down. Blue Mountain, the 3 seed, but haven't been able to match up with Pottsville in 3 previous meetings this season. Jim Thorpe, a dark horse. AA featuring 3 schools from Division II and Division III of the Schuylkill League. Top-seeded Minersville gets 4-seed Marion in the semis. The Miners beat the Colts by 12 earlier this year. On the flip side of the bracket, defending champ Mahanoy draws Williams Valley. In Single A, Shenandoah Valley enjoying one of their best seasons in recent memory, but narrowly missed out on the top seed. That belongs to Lincoln Leadership Academy, but the Blue Devils with a great chance to advance to states. Girls District 11, Pottsville competes in 4A and are slotted as the number 4 seed, but it's tough playing against bigger competition than they're used to all year. Blue Mountain, Jim Thorpe, and Lee Heighton repping AAA. The 2nd-seeded Lady Eagles and 7th-seeded Lady Olympians are paired up in round 1, but the underdog could compete with one of the league's top scorers in Kaylee Kovac. AA has the best chance to send a team far into states. Marion Catholic and North Schuylkill very good, but Minersville, the class of the class. They haven't lost this season and don't really know what they're truly capable of.
No, I don't know what the potential is right now. That's why we try, but we don't sit down before a season starts and talk about goals or anything. The only thing that we really talk about is we go game to game. We want to win every single possession. We want to go quarter by quarter and just see where we are in the end.
This is just one stepping stone this year. So we want to use this, build our confidence a little bit, and then back on Monday we're going to get back to practice and work for the next goal.
And rounding things out in Single A, good representation. Mahanoy gets a bye as the top seed after pushing last year's champion Shenandoah Valley to the brink. Those Lady Devils, missing top talent from last year, they get Weatherly in the quarters. The Lady Wreckers, much improved from 2015, earning a spot in districts.
Stay tuned. Coming up, we will have a final look at your forecast.
Hello, I'm Gary Perna from WYLN TV. Please join us this year as the Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society presents the 38th annual telethon On the Road to Wellness. The telethon will be held Saturday, February 27th at our new home, the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton. WYLN will be broadcasting live from 11 to 11 p.m. Join us for a day filled with great entertainment. The telethon is made possible by these sponsors.
Well, we got the mild weather for the weekend, 40s and 50s as we go into our Saturday, 40s still for Sunday, back in the 30s as we go into our Monday and Tuesday. Maybe a chance of some snow by the middle part of next week, but still 40s and 50s. We'll take it, enjoy it while it lasts, because something to look forward to, definitely.
Well, something else to look forward to, and hopefully that snow stays away. February 27th from 11 to 11, of course, is the American Cancer Society Telethon. WYLN is proud to broadcast that live for 12 hours. And Joe and I will be there, of course, and a lot of other talent here on WYLN. So make sure to tune in. We will have a preview of the telethon all next week. Don't forget, 27th of February, 11 to 11. Have a good weekend.